Morning. Well, here I am at beautiful Round Lake in Camas, Washington. I just finished a 3.5 mile run, and I want to talk to you about Scott Carney's book, What Doesn't Kill Us. It's read by the author, Scott Carney, and he does an excellent job with the book. According to the book, Scott Carney is an investigative journalist who has spent his life making money by investigating and debunking gurus. He heard about this supposed guru named Wim Hof, who used the elements to train and condition people and claimed to be able to solve all kinds of medical problems. So he went to the Netherlands to prove that the guru had no clue what he was talking about. And the book is part science, part investigative journalist, and part autobiography, the journey that this brought him on, because it turned out that Wim Hof was not a fake. Wim Hof knew what he was talking about. The book deals with how we've gotten to the point to where our bodies are so comfortable all the time, for the first time in history. When we run, I've been running on the trail here, as you can see, and everybody that I pass is covered head to toe in cold weather gear. It's between 40 and 50 out, and it's raining right now, as you can see by looking at the lake. So everybody's dressed warm. Well, historically, our bodies had learned to adapt to the elements. This is the premise of the book. And our bodies developed coping mechanisms. When we get to the point, according to the book, when we get to the point where we are so very comfortable that our body has nothing to fight against, our body turns in on itself. And that's why there are so many, sorry, my thumb's kind of blocking, there's so many autoimmune diseases out there. The book is excellent. Good read, good stories, thoroughly enjoyed it. The author does a good job of reading his own material. You can tell that he's excited and passionate about what he is talking about. And it is the only fitness book I've ever listened to that had a major impact on how I train. As you can see, I am in, well, I'm not very good with this camera stuff, but I'm in shorts and a very thin t-shirt. Now, the author runs, after meeting Wim Hof and training with Wim Hof, he runs no matter what the weather, shirtless. Okay, I'm not in good enough shape to run shirtless, so I'm not running shirtless. But I am running in just a very thin shirt. I am wearing gloves. I tried this last week and discovered that my hands absolutely froze to the point of extreme pain. The author says you can wear a hat and you can wear gloves. I've started incorporating a lot of what he talks about. As I've said in a previous video, my son and I have decided to do a Spartan trifecta this year. I had not been training cardiovascularly, so I just added running back in prior to today. My longest run without stopping was 2 miles. He goes through a lot of breathing techniques in the book, some meditations, as well as cold weather training, and how to feel warm in the cold, how to get your body to where it is actually cold. Some different exercises, both mental and physical, that you can do. Today, during the run, I did some of the controlled breathing that he teaches in the book, and I'm not going to explain it. Listen to the book if you want to learn how. I went from 2 miles to 3.5 miles. My pace increased dramatically. I just finished the run, and as you can see, I'm hardly out. I did do a cool down walk, but I feel great. As I've said, this is the book that has had the largest impact on my fitness and training. I've incorporated several things out of the book. The only other thing that I've ever listened to that has had this much of an impact on my training is a podcast. And if you're into strength and fitness and you want a good podcast, I highly, highly recommend Joe DeFranco's Industrial Strength Show. That is the only health and fitness podcast that I listen to. He gives a lot of good, legitimate, free information out. You can tell that he's extremely, I'm talking about Joe DeFranco now, he's extremely passionate, he's fun to listen to, and he's not vulgar, he doesn't swear a lot. A lot of the fitness podcasts out there, they seem to think that in order to be macho and manly, they got to swear and they got to be vulgar and all this. Dude, I'm almost 50. I don't want to hear that stuff. I mean, yeah, when I was 18, I thought it was cool, but I kind of outgrown it by now. And I'd hate for one of my kids to catch me listening to that crap. I don't need that in my head. So, Joe Carney, What Doesn't Kill Us, and Joe DeFranco's Industrial Strength Show. 2 listens I highly, highly recommend. Have a good day.